In this video, we'll check out the drafting toolbar, which can be very handy when coordinating with third parties. The reason you may need to do this is that the other parties don't have access to 3D software, but they do require technical information about your design. Before I access the drafting toolbar, let's make sure our screen mode is set to ghosted. So come up here, it's under display. I'm just going to right click to have all viewports ghosted. This will help quite a bit when we want to snap to curves and objects. So you probably remember me talking about never ever deleting curves. This is going to be a great example of why you shouldn't. We're going to need these curves to snap for our dimensioning. I'm going to go down to the O snaps here, and I've selected most of these. You don't need them all, but some of the basics are point, mid, center, intersection, and probably quadrant. We have a lot of curves that'll really help. Okay, let's start off some dimensions by maximizing the front viewport by double-clicking. And I'm going to select the drafting toolbar and then look for a vertical dimension. Now I'm going to have to zoom in here. There's a lot of stuff going on, and that's why I'm in ghosted view. So I'm going to select the tip of the spacecraft, and the lowest point would be right there in the landing gear. And then it's letting me pull the dimension out to the side. Now you're probably noticing that's super tiny text. So let's go check where that setting is controlled. That's under Tools, Options, and I've already got this pre-selected. It's a little bit buried, but it's at the very top under Document Properties, Annotation, which is not very obvious that would control dimensions, and I've got the default already selected. So the model space scale is probably the only thing we need to change right now, and then we'll take a look. So let's go from 1 to 8 and see how that reads. So that's much better. Now another thing you may want to control here is the number of decimal places. So let's go right back quickly and fix that one more time. Options, and that is under Precision. So let's just go to 1 decimal point. Hit OK, and we'll zoom back out. We can do another dimension or two. Here is a horizontal dimension. Give the overall side. Definitely want to zoom in there. Make sure you snap, zoom back out. It's a lot of panning and zooming, but it's pretty critical to make sure you pick the correct spot. Let's do another dimension type here. I'm going to look for the radius. And since I should have this curve over here, I'm going to select that. Yep, there's the curve. So this is really handy the way it lets you drag out and move it around. Next up, we'll try an angle dimension. Again, I've got curves saved. Now you know why. So we'll do the angle dimension here on the drafting toolbar. So there is a line inside. There's the curve. Second line is the vertical construction line. So we have the option to go inside or out. That's not very useful there. So let's come up here and you can just put it wherever it fits. Finally, let's talk about the leader, which kind of is a way to do notes. So it's located right here. And you always start off with the arrow. You can read the command line if you get confused. So we're just going to find a kind of a logical point to snap to. And you can keep clicking. This will generate a polyline. We're just going to do 2 clicks here. So we're going to come off at an angle and then go over just a little bit. I'm holding down Shift. As soon as you're done, you can right-click and then enter the text. So let's label this Retro Rocket. I'll zoom back out. So with a few key dimensions and notes, you can quickly and efficiently communicate the size of your project. If the technical views are not to your liking, then you might try an illustrated screen capture, which is coming up next.